Hello guys! People say, do not know then no pity. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Bagus Teja Lelana and I am listed as one of the students of Atmajaya Yogyakarta University. I am in the third semester. I made this video just to fulfill my ESP final exam assignment, and I hope with this video my grades will be maximum. Okay? I hope you all enjoy my videos and let's get started. Everyone can talk, but not everyone can speak fluently and interestingly in public. Especially if you and become the center of attention in an official or unofficial event, you have to present the contents on a material to be presented or delivered in a speech. The way to express it requires its own techniques and it can be learned. Simple. Public speaking can be defined as the process of speaking to a group of people with the aim of informing, influencing or persuading, and entertaining the audience. Many people refer to public speaking as a presentation. Like all forms of communication, public speaking has some basic elements that are parallel to the communication model presented by Roswell. Namely, communicators or speakers, message or presentation content, or communion listener or audience, medium, and effects impact of presentation on the audience. The purpose of public speaking is various, ranging from transmitting, motivating people, or just telling stories. Whatever the purpose, a good speaker can influence both the thought and feeling of the audience. Nowadays, public speaking is indispensable in various contexts, among others in leadership, as a motivator in the context of religion, education, business, customer service, to mass communication such as speaking on television or radio listeners. Okay. For an industrial engineer, there is an increasing need to speak publicly, whether it's greeting other employees at work, representing business externally, or delivering public presentations. Technical people should stand up and talk more. However, public speaking is something that is scary for some people. If it is true to one's own, there are rarely trained engineers, and for many people it doesn't come naturally. Although each speaker is different, there are several guidelines you can enter that are used by the best speaker. Follow these tips to work effective polished performance. Aiming to deliver an exhilarating, cheerful speech, UAS people and if possible easy to remember. Rank your speech with beginning, center, and end. When planning your speech, find out how long you have and keep it. A good idea is to attract audience attention with an opening sentence that has a real impact. This is their most attentive moment, so charming statement related to your subject matter will interest them and sustain them. As you continue the speech, be imaginative, with perhaps surprising fact or memories that most people can relate to. Most importantly, be original. Make your speech yours. Part of audience participant speech is a useful way to engage your colleagues. People generally find it memorable and prefer it, rather than just being spoken to. It gives people conscious and makes them feel involved. In addition, it takes away your height. Relax and encourage the use of humor without risking you telling potentially valid jokes. When planning your speech, explain which part you want the audience to follow. Take control of the time and subject matter to make sure you stay on track. Toward the end of the speech, try summarizing. The key point in a few sentences, you want people to remember your core message, so remind them. Engage the positive body, language, smiles, and a lot of eye contact, and with a strong and thoughtful statement, something impressive and memorable. Now that we've briefly discussed what makes a great speech, let's take a look at some of the benefits of an effective speaker. Confidence is an important factor for many people. Most don't feel confidence before the start, but as long as it's invisible to the audience, that's okay and that's natural. A great way to increase confidence is to prepare thoroughly. Pull the power from the fact that you know your subject. Confidence also increases with exercises and experience. The more you speak in public, the less stressed the experience is. Find opportunities to talk. Start with informal meeting at work or socially, or in your university or your class. Beliefs should also be reflected in your body language. As you go up, take a deep breath, smile and step positively in the center of the stage or wherever you present. Show confidence and think firmly to start feeling confident. Your voice is obviously very important to make a good speech. Consider the volume and size of the room to make sure everyone can hear you clearly. Project your voice to about 2/3 of the entire room. Continue your speech at the fixed pace. Consciously not speaking too fast, usually a little slower than a normal conversation. Be aware of your tone and tone. Adjust appropriately to emphasize key points and when asking questions. Also pay attention to your tone and tone as you start and it's part of the speech. Lastly, you might want to consider repeating a sentence that is essential for emphasis. Again, with slightly slower tone and speed. As you speak, pay attention to your audience without being distracted by them. Does the majority look fun? Is there a note agreeing? Depending on the sub-feedback, consider how you convey the message and think about mixing it all up. If they look like they're ignoring or have been talking for a long time, change them a little. Ask a few questions to get audience participant, even if it's just raising your hand. Encourage them to contribute. Start a little debate to, of course, make the presentation more interesting and memorable. Customize speech and your entire plan to accommodate audience participant. However, pay attention to the time. You may want to state and begin whether you prefer the question during some speech or at the end. Ultimately, you want to create a good relationship with your audience. This is achieved by delivering persuasive presentations with energy and personality. Remember to smile and use positive body language to engage the audience. Public speaking, it is another form of communication. Albeit is formal, different types of speech purely have different purposes. 3 of the possible purposes of your speech are to inform, motivate, or hint.
First, let me ask you this. Why is public speaking important? Well, it's an important skill because it trains you how to think critically. It also trains you to organize your ideas systematically. Being able to think and organize that thought in a systematic way is very important. It also allows you to engage and connect with others through words, spoken words. It also gives you an opportunity to voice your aspirations, whatever it may be. And it provides you with a platform to be the agent of change. Many people can truly make a meaningful change, even transform the world through public speaking. Are you ready to be one of them?
Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Bagus Teja Lelana, and I'm from class A ESP. On this occasion, I will discuss a little about public speaking, especially for industrial engineers like us. Maybe prospective industrial engineer. And whether public speaking, according to David Jeruski, in public speaking, strategic for success. And public speaking is a continuous communication process in which messages and signals circulates back and forth between speakers and listener. And this is the factor affecting public speaking. In the first is material. Material is a theme that we will talk to the public. The material that we bring must to be brought with good authority and responsibility, and of course, it is to be interesting. We must to be master. The material we bring for our integrity will be tested in this manner. Okay. In the second, we have preparation. In public speaking, it's divided into three parts, namely material preparation, mental preparation, and self-preparation. And in the third position, we have speech clarity. In this case, intonation and clarity of voice have to be maintained to remain stable. In the fourth, gestures, a little smile gesture will be very influential in public speaking. In the fifth, confidence, and the last, in confidence. Why is it important? Because it's everything related to the public. Confidence becomes our main asset, but overconfiding is also not good. Yeah. And this is my experience of public speaking. Let me to tell you about my experience in ESP class in particular. In speaking English in front of many people, like in a class, while doing presentations in class, made me very challenged actually, because I had to learn twice, because in addition to mastering the material, I also had to master English. For that, I got around by carrying a small note at the time of my presentation to record the important points in my presentation so that the points were maintained and prioritized in my presentation in class. Thank you, this is my presentation. Do you have any question about my presentation?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
I have problem also in English when doing public speaking. When I present a presentation, someone asks and I don't understand enough for the answer. Do you think what should I do?
Okay, so you have a problem when you try to answer participant question, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so your question. I try to answer. I think when you don't really understand someone's question, maybe you can repeat the question, like I have to do right now, and I ask again. Okay, whether your question is such blah blah blah. Yeah, I would help because you compose the sentences with your own sentence. If you still do not understand, you stuck with that, you can say honestly that you do not understand about the participant question. Then you can ask to other participant to help you answer the question, or you can ask the lecturer for help your problem. Maybe that's all I can suggest.
Okay, I think enough. Thank you for your answer.
Well, we have reached the end of this video. With this, I can conclude that public speaking is not an easy thing. It takes a lot of practice, not directly with a lot of people, starting with talking to yourself and then with a few people, and you will become a professional public speaker. This is important for an industrial engineer like us. Okay, that's main video I can make. For more or less, I apologize. Thank you and see you later.